You know?
Sounds rough, man.
Well, it's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously. It's like insane.
Publicly, openly, like all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend.
She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
Talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
Joe Rogan, Terrence Howard, and Katt Williams have all weighed in, and not a single one of them is standing in Diddy's corner. Katt never wanted to bite his tongue, openly admitted to dodging invitations to Diddy's infamous parties, claiming the whole atmosphere gave more trap house than party vibes. Terrence didn't hold back either. He said Diddy wasn't looking for acting help. He was chasing something a lot shadier. And Joe Rogan? He called the whole thing one of the messiest meltdowns Hollywood's ever seen. And now, with the walls closing in and pressure mounting, whispers are swirling that Diddy might start naming names. If that happens, it won't just rattle the room. It could send shockwaves through the entire entertainment industry. Steve Harvey, for example, made himself scarce so fast that people barely had time to refresh their timelines. One day he's posting inspirational quotes and cracking jokes on daytime TV. The next, poof, he's gone. No tweets, no updates, no Steve. And what raised even more eyebrows? The timing. His sudden disappearance just happened to coincide with Diddy's legal firestorm kicking in a high gear. But that wasn't all. Internet sleuths quickly noticed that a 2017 tweet praising Diddy, where Steve called him a brother doing good for the kids, mysteriously vanished from his profile. Deleted. Erased. Like it never existed. The move didn't go unnoticed. Twitter lit up with memes and jokes like, Steve Harvey didn't just delete a tweet, he deleted himself in the narrative. While there's been no official explanation, the message was loud and clear. Steve didn't want to be anywhere near the fallout. Whether it was a planned vacation or a calculated exit strategy, the optics were bad. You don't go off-grid when your longtime friend is under federal investigation, unless you've got something to protect. Then there's Meek Mill, who's practically sprinting away from Diddy's orbit. Back in the day, Diddy posted a video of Meek relaxing poolside, hyping him up with a now infamous, "You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. I love you." The internet, of course, never forgot. The phrase, "Yes, daddy," became meme gold, circulating online with side eyes and sarcasm.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
But in 2024, Meek's clearly had enough. After rumors began swirling that he was the Philly rapper referenced in one of the lawsuits against Diddy, rumors that tied him to an alleged relationship with Nicki Minaj, Meek hit back hard. In an IG live session, Meek snapped, "No Diddy gang Meek Millie in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you heard?" He also talked about how the rumors were affecting his 12-year-old son, making it clear that this wasn't just industry gossip to him. It was personal. Meek didn't stop there. He even offered $100,000 to anyone who could uncover the source of those rumors. That's not exactly the kind of energy you throw out if you're still close with someone. His retreat was loud, sharp, and undeniable. And Diddy's fallout isn't stopping with just friends backing away. Now, more names are being dragged into the spotlight. Usher, for instance, has found himself wrapped in the controversy, thanks to claims from Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal. Deal alleges that Diddy's behavior was so extreme that Usher once ended up in a hospital. Usher hasn't confirmed that claim outright, but during an interview with Howard Stern, he did describe his time working with Diddy as crazy and curious. That's a polite way of saying there was stuff going on that you don't even know about. As more celebrities distance themselves or get pulled into the narrative, one thing becomes clearer by the day. No one wants to be next in line for the spotlight in Diddy's unfolding disaster.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive, what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing some programs, they may speak on it themselves. but I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when people say, yo, man, I don't F with them. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the... And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you hear it, and that's what happened. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, that's just something that I heard.
Usher isn't the only one caught in the blast radius of Diddy's unraveling world. Kevin Hart, known for his sharp wit and lightning-fast punchlines, found himself momentarily stunned during a resurfaced clip of Diddy making a bizarre comment. In the video, Diddy reminisces about sharing a bed with Usher during their younger days. Before pause was even a thing, he joked, talking about wrestling over Frosted Flakes and late-night chaos from their early years together. Hart's face during the clip said it all, frozen between confusion and disbelief.
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early.
The internet, unsurprisingly, had a field day. Memes flew, reactions poured in, and once again, the spotlight landed on Diddy's history of overly familiar interactions with other celebrities. Then there's Jay-Z. The complicated dynamic between him and Diddy has been an on and off talking point for years, but it got significantly messier when a past lawsuit dragged both names into controversy. The suit alleged that Jay-Z and Diddy had inappropriate contact with a young girl during an MTV Video Music Awards afterparty. Jay-Z denied the accusation outright, labeling it a blackmail attempt. Though the case was dismissed, Jay-Z admitted the impact never left him. He once described the entire ordeal as feeling like a gun to the head. That kind of pressure doesn't just disappear. It lingers in public perception, in relationships, and in the way these figures move within the industry. It's not just emotional toll, it's financial, reputational, and deeply personal. And that's not the only shadow Jay-Z has had to dodge. His name has been quietly tied to Kathy White, a former publicist who worked with both him and Beyoncé. White tragically passed away in 2011 from a brain aneurysm, but rumors long circulated about a possible affair between her and Jay-Z. Nothing has ever been confirmed, but the speculation lingers, especially when placed alongside Diddy's mounting controversies. Add to that the infamous 1999 MTV afterparty, the same one involved in the lawsuit, and you got a string of events that only deepen the fog around these powerful names. The lawsuit might have been thrown out, but the court of public opinion doesn't always wait for a gavel. Another figure pulled into the Diddy web, French Montana. In a now viral video from a past birthday celebration, Diddy embraces French in what seems like a simple hug, until he whispers, "This is a special birthday for both of us." The camera captures French offering a casual grin, but internet detectives weren't convinced it was just a friendly moment. Some fans have taken that clip as another example of Diddy's overly affectionate mannerisms with his close circle. French later brushed off the speculation, saying, "We're just two kings celebrating life." But for critics, especially those scrutinizing Diddy's past, even small moments like these are loaded with subtext. Was it just party energy? Or is there something more beneath the surface? In the world of celebrity optics, body language can say more than words ever do. And this clip became yet another example of how Diddy's interactions are constantly under a magnifying glass. The J-Lo fallout flashback. And then there's Jennifer Lopez, the other half of one of the most talked about couples of the late 90s. Back when Diddy and J-Lo were the industry's golden pair, they turned heads everywhere they went. But all that shine came to a screeching halt in 1999 outside a Manhattan nightclub when gunfire rang out. Both Diddy and Lopez were present, and both got swept into the aftermath. While J.Lo was eventually cleared and distanced herself from the situation, the incident marked a turning point. It was the moment Diddy's brand shifted from party king to headline magnet for all the wrong reasons. And in hindsight, many say that was the beginning of the public's long, slow reevaluation of who Diddy really was behind the scenes. Ghosts of the past, J.Lo, French, and the shadows that won't fade. Although no charges were ever filed against Jennifer Lopez, the night of that 1999 Manhattan nightclub shooting continues to haunt both her and Diddy. For years, J.Lo has kept her comments minimal. But in a 2001 interview with Vibe magazine, she called it a difficult time and a traumatic experience that she simply had to move past. Still, with Diddy's current legal chaos, that night keeps resurfacing. Online speculation has reignited. People are asking if J.Lo played a bigger role than she let on. Was it just unfortunate timing? Or were deeper layers never uncovered? Some even go as far as to suggest that she might have helped Diddy that night, allegedly by concealing a weapon. There's no evidence to confirm that claim, and nothing has ever been proven. But in a case like this, where Diddy's reputation for secrecy and behind-the-scenes maneuvering looms large, the whispers haven't stopped. It's one of those celebrity scandals that just refuses to die. J.Lo has faced plenty of public drama throughout her career, but this particular chapter always seems to linger in the background. Quiet, unresolved, and ready to resurface whenever Diddy makes headlines again. A hug that won't let go. French Montana and the viral moment. And speaking of resurfacing, that infamous video of Diddy and French Montana has once again made its way across social media. Captured during a birthday celebration, Diddy pulls French into a tight hug and whispers, "This is a special birthday for both of us."
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear French. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
This is a special birthday for both of us.
Yeah.
It's a short clip, but one that sparked plenty of speculation. The body language, the moment, the tone. French later downplayed the interaction, calling Diddy family and insisting it was nothing more than two friends celebrating life. But in today's climate, where every past moment is being reanalyzed, the clip took on a new meaning. People are revisiting it not just for laughs, but for clues. This isn't the first time Diddy's closeness with industry peers has drawn attention. His charisma and charm often blurred lines, and moments that once seemed harmless now prompt a second look. In French's case, there's no indication of wrongdoing, just a moment captured, questioned, and debated. Pull back from individual incidents, and you begin to see a bigger picture. Diddy's history isn't just defined by music, mobile deals, or his flashy lifestyle. It's peppered with controversies, complicated friendships, and legal entanglements that seem to follow him wherever he goes. Whether it's the J.Lo shooting incident, cryptic interactions with French Montana, or decades-old rumors, Diddy's world remains under constant public surveillance. Is he simply a larger-than-life personality with a complicated past? Or is there something deeper, something still hidden beneath the surface? That question hangs in the air. We may never get the full answers. But the resurfacing of old footage, forgotten interviews, and long-buried gossip is enough to keep public interest at a fever pitch. With Diddy, there's always the sense that another twist is just around the corner. Enter the outsiders. Katt, Terrence, and Elon join the chorus. Even those who aren't directly connected to Diddy have begun weighing in on the industry's unraveling. Katt Williams and Terrence Howard, both known for keeping it real, have been talking publicly about how the elite seem to vanish when the heat turns up. Katt jokingly called it the Great Escape, suggesting that Hollywood's A-listers are ducking out left and right. While he didn't name anyone, it was hard not to feel the subtext, especially with Diddy's ongoing meltdown dominating the news cycle. Then came Elon Musk, chiming in with a jab not at Diddy, but at Ellen DeGeneres. Referencing how Ellen once reigned supreme in daytime TV, Elon remarked, "She's like a recluse now." Guess her smile was just for TV. It wasn't just a snarky tweet. It spoke to a growing narrative. How many once-beloved figures are retreating from public life as controversies catch up to them? And while Ellen and Diddy's situations are vastly different, the message remains. The era of untouchable celebrity might be coming to an end. Since the explosive scandal surrounding the toxic work environment on her show, Ellen DeGeneres has seemed almost unrecognizable to fans and critics alike. The once effervescent and endlessly upbeat talk show host now projects a far more subdued, even guarded presence. Her appearance has sparked just as much buzz as the controversy itself. Some say she looks different, whether it's due to a shift in style or simply the inevitable effects of time catching up with her. Observers can't help but notice how the bubbly personality we once adored seems muted, almost shadowed by the weight of recent events. The question on everyone's lips: is this just the natural process of aging, or is there a deeper, more troubling story behind Ellen's transformation? Before the backlash erupted, Ellen and Sean Diddy Combs shared a close and seemingly genuine bond. Publicly, they appeared inseparable. Diddy made frequent appearances on her show, and the duo were spotted laughing and mingling at numerous high-profile events. On camera, their chemistry seemed effortless, but behind the scenes, the narrative was far less rosy. Rumors began to swirl that Ellen's behavior off-screen could be less kind than her warm television persona suggested. Whispers of toxic conduct extended beyond her show's staff to guests, with several insiders hinting at a harsher reality behind the scenes. These allegations, coupled with Ellen's widely publicized public apology after the toxic workplace scandal broke, have chipped away at her once sterling reputation.
Yeah, no, it's great. So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
That's a different type of party.
No,
it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Then No, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
Adding fuel to the fire are the darker, more mysterious rumors tied to Ellen's personal life. Specifically, the tragic and unexplained deaths of 2 of her former girlfriends have raised eyebrows and provoked intense speculation. Details remain frustratingly scarce, wrapped in silence and guarded privacy, but the timing and unusual circumstances surrounding these losses have left many unsettled. Investigators, journalists, and fans alike have attempted to piece together the puzzle. Yet Ellen has maintained a tight grip on her private affairs, leaving these questions unanswered and the rumors to fester. This pattern of scrutiny is not limited to Ellen alone. Alongside her, figures like Diddy and others close to the limelight have found themselves under unprecedented pressure. Whether it's the fallout from personal scandals, evolving public perceptions, or the relentless march of time exposing vulnerabilities, these once untouchable stars are facing the heavy burden of truth. The walls around their carefully crafted images are beginning to crumble, and nothing seems certain anymore. Beyond the Hollywood spotlight, the idea of a vacation has taken on a new, more suspicious meaning. Take Leonardo DiCaprio, for instance. The acclaimed actor and known fixture at elite, white parties has recently been spotted jetting off on what he calls a vacation. But insiders and observers alike wonder, is this really just a break or a strategic retreat from the spotlight? These white parties are notorious for gathering the ultra-wealthy and influential, a playground where power and privilege mingle freely, sometimes a little too freely. Leo's attendance at these events is no secret, and many speculate that this sudden getaway could be a deliberate move to distance himself from swirling rumors or escalating drama. Given DiCaprio's famously private nature, any sudden disappearance from the public inevitably sparks theories about what might really be going on behind closed doors.
Who's the person that's number 1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt, you are.
And then there's Ashton Kutcher, a man no stranger to controversy himself. Known for his dual roles as a Hollywood actor and a tech entrepreneur, Ashton has recently raised eyebrows with his increasingly visible connection to Diddy. The two have been spotted together more often than casual observers might expect, fueling speculation that their relationship runs deeper than mere socializing. Some insiders believe Ashton and Diddy might be collaborating on ventures or sharing interests that haven't yet been made public. While nothing concrete has surfaced, it's easy to imagine these two power players moving in overlapping circles where business and entertainment blend seamlessly. Ashton, Diddy, and the whispered plans of a major escape. Given Ashton Kutcher's rising profile in the tech world and Diddy's immense sway over music and business, the public can't help but wonder, what exactly is brewing between these two powerhouse figures? Their frequent appearances together have sparked rumors of a secret partnership, But it's not just Ashton who's capturing headlines. His wife, Mila Kunis, has also been dropping hints about a big change on the horizon. Both Ashton and Mila have been openly discussing the possibility of leaving the United States behind. And this isn't just idle talk. It seems to be a serious consideration. The couple appears fed up with the relentless media circus that shadows their every move, craving instead a quieter, more private life away from the cameras and flashing lights. Speculation is rampant that they might relocate overseas, seeking refuge in some undisclosed haven far from Hollywood's relentless glare. Considering how skillfully they've kept their personal lives under wraps, it wouldn't be a surprise if they managed to pull off this low-key escape without too much fanfare. Then there are the legendary Diddy party stories, those wild nights that feel like stepping into a strange, surreal memory lane. But it's not just the media attention pushing these A-listers to consider packing up and leaving. The intense pressure of constantly living under a microscope, the mental toll of maintaining flawless public images, and the stress of endless scrutiny have worn down even the toughest celebrities. Maybe they're simply exhausted by the never-ending circus of fame. Or perhaps they're coming to realize that life holds far more than the glitz and grind of Hollywood. When stars like Leonardo DiCaprio, Ashton Kutcher, and others start openly discussing plans to leave the country, it signals something bigger. Maybe even a shift in the celebrity culture itself. While famous folks have always needed occasional breaks, these talks hint at a more permanent departure. Could this be the dawn of a new trend, where more celebrities decide to say goodbye to Hollywood's madness and embrace a life off the radar? With the public nature of some of these planned exits, it seems clear that stars are beginning to understand one fundamental truth. Staying in the spotlight isn't mandatory. They have the wealth and power to live wherever they choose. And after years of invasive media and relentless paparazzi, many seem ready to reclaim their privacy at any cost. For DiCaprio, Kutcher, and their circle, this might be the start of a fresh chapter. One where they set the rules, live life on their own terms, and finally take that genuine vacation they've been craving. A vacation far removed from the flashing bulbs and endless headlines. Let's hope that when they do return, they come back refreshed, recharged, and ready to share stories that captivate us all. Hollywood's untold secrets. Terrence Howard and Katt Williams speak out. In other Hollywood news, Terrence Howard recently ignited a storm of conversation with jaw-dropping revelations about his experiences in Tinseltown, specifically his complicated relationship with Diddy. Howard hinted that their connection went beyond mentorship into far murkier territory. While he stopped short of spilling every secret, he made it clear there were shadowy dealings and tensions behind the scenes that the public had never been privy to. It's as if he's been guarding a secret too heavy to carry any longer, and now he's ready to let it out. Howard isn't the only one peeling back Hollywood's glossy facade. Comedian Katt Williams, no stranger to speaking candidly about the industry's darker undercurrents, shared his own story. Williams revealed that Diddy had attempted to cozy up to him, but he refused to play along with what he saw as the industry's absurd demands. Known for his fearless honesty, Katt stood his ground, rejecting the pressure to conform to Hollywood's often bizarre and uncomfortable expectations. This brings us to a much larger controversy quietly bubbling beneath the surface. A growing protest within Hollywood about the increasingly strange trend of forcing male actors to dress as women in comedy sketches, films, and TV shows. This demand, which many find awkward and troubling, has sparked debate among performers who feel pressured to toe the line in order to stay relevant. Hollywood's hidden struggles, the unfiltered truth from Chappelle, Williams, and Howard. This isn't some baseless conspiracy. It's a reality echoed by some of Hollywood's most outspoken stars. Katt Williams, Terrence Howard, and Dave Chappelle have all lifted the veil on uncomfortable truths about the entertainment industry. Chappelle, who built his career on razor-sharp, no-holds-barred comedy, has openly criticized the ways Hollywood boxes in black performers with tired stereotypes and limiting roles. He famously walked away from a lucrative deal with Comedy Central and his hit series, refusing to bow to industry demands that made him uncomfortable, including scenes requiring him to dress in ways that clashed with his personal values. Choosing integrity over fame and fortune, Chappelle made a bold statement. Some things are more important than stardom. But he's far from alone. Katt Williams, notorious for his blunt honesty, has never shied away from saying he refuses to conform to the usual Hollywood scripts. According to Katt, his unwillingness to play the game is a big reason his career has had such wild ups and downs. Some call him underrated, Others label him an enigma. But one thing is clear, Katt marches to the beat of his own drum and doesn't follow Hollywood's rules. Terrence Howard's journey is another story of talent clashing with the industry's dark side. After memorable roles in blockbusters like Iron Man and hit shows like Empire, Howard has hinted at the pressures behind the scenes. Pressures that forced him to consider compromising his values. For someone with his skills and charisma, it's tough not to wonder how much further he might have gone if he'd simply played along. But it seems self-respect and personal boundaries meant more to him than chasing bigger fame. Then there's Kevin Hart, adding an interesting layer to this ongoing narrative. Hart has made headlines repeatedly by declaring he would never dress in drag or wear a dress for any role, stating plainly, "I'm a man. I'm not doing that." But here's the twist. Kevin has, in fact, donned a dress in various comedic sketches. Some say it was purely for laughs, while others speculate it's a subtle nod to the relentless pressure Hollywood exerts, showing that no one is completely immune. At the end of the day, it's about playing the game, or at least pretending to. Hollywood operates with an unspoken but rigid rulebook. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to do nearly anything. This often means men being pushed into roles that challenge traditional gender norms, roles that feel forced, uncomfortable, and sometimes downright humiliating. The stories of Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, and Terrence Howard all circle back to this point. They refuse to go down that road, even if it cost them their place at Hollywood's top table. They chose authenticity and dignity over easy fame and fortune. Their decisions sent ripples through the industry, showing that it's possible to resist the system without completely disappearing from the scene. They walked away from contracts, roles, and opportunities rather than sacrifice their principles. That kind of courage is rare in an industry where image often trumps substance. So what does this mean for Hollywood's future? Will the pressure to conform ever lessen? Or will the demand to fit certain molds remain as strong as ever? As long as there are voices like Chappelle, Williams, and Howard standing firm, there's hope that authenticity can survive in the entertainment world. These men prove that staying true to yourself, even in a cutthroat business, is not only possible, but essential. Now, here's the question for you. Do you think Katt Williams, Terrence Howard, and Dave Chappelle made the right call by refusing to play Hollywood's twisted game? Or did they gamble too much with their careers by standing their ground? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out our next videos, handpicked just for you. Stories that dive even deeper into the real lives behind the glitz and glam.